Howdy folks, welcome to the channel, Rockin' the Country. I'm Don. I've got a gift request from Brady Walton. So Brady, thank you for this gift and this request. I'm assuming that you're up there in Canada, that you're a Canuck, Brady. So I'm wearing the Canada hat in your honor. And if you're not up there, in any case, the hat is appropriate because I'm doing the band, their song Acadian Driftwood. Don't know the song, I know the band. Most folks have heard their songs. And Brady said that all the members but one of the band were Canadian, and that the song is about the exile of the Acadian people to Louisiana, which is where we get the term Cajun. So I'm doing this one, and I love these history. I didn't know that. I mean, there's so many parts of history, whether it's U.S. history, Canadian history, European history, Asia, worldwide history. With which I'm unfamiliar, and the same is true of you. I mean, there's just so much that has happened in the world. But let's see. And Renee Mooberry, if you haven't left for your Dwight Yoakam concert yet, perhaps this song will be of interest to you because she's a Southern Louisiana girl. All right, here we go. Acadian Driftwood, 1976.
We're going to do another Canadian song. We're going to bring out some of the Canadians to help us do it. It goes like this.
The war was over and the spirit was broken. The hills were smoking as the men withdrew. We stood on the cliffs, watched the ships slowly sinking to their rendezvous. They signed the treaty and our homes were taken. Our loved ones forsaken, they didn't give a damn. Try to raise a family, end up the enemy, over what went down on the plains of Abraham. Acadian Driftwood, gypsy tailwind, they call my home the land of snow.
Mankind. One group is more vulnerable than another, and they lose.
Then some return to the motherland. The high command had them cast away, and some stayed on to finish what they started. They never parted, they just built that way. Children, and come on down. Acadian Driftwood, gypsy tailwind, they call my home the land of snow. Canadian cold front rolling in. What a way to ride, oh, what a way to go.
There it is.
50 under zero when the day became a threat. My clothes were wet and I was drenched to the bone. I've been out ice fishing, oh, too much repetition.
the band had so much going on in their songs, and it worked. I mean, obviously, this is from 1976, so we're looking at 50 years ago, 49, and so the audio isn't what it would be today if it was digital and all that sort of stuff. But it just worked. I mean, how you put this many, like their song "The Weight." I mean, there's so many pieces going on, and they just made it work. I mean, and I guess I would call the band like Americana, because they're folk, country. Do I say there's Cajun? So I mean, you've got the accordion in there. You got a flute, I think. Incredible.
Make a man wanna leave, the only homies know.
The vocals too are so beautiful.
Nothing to declare, all we had was gone. Down along the coast, no one could more. And the people that said, you're gonna keep moving on. Acadian, Driftwood, Gypsy tailwind. They call my home the land of snow.
Land of what?
What a way to ride, oh, what a way to go.
The way bands get inspiration to do songs, fascinating.
Everlasting summer filled with ill content. This government had us walking in chains.
Really?
This ain't my turn. This ain't my season. Can't think of one good reason to remain. They work in the sugar fields from New Orleans. It was evergreen up until you can call it an omen. I'll point you where you're going. I set my compass north. I got winter in the blood. Acadian, Driftwood, Gypsy tailwind. They call my home the land of snow. Canadian profile.
Land of Snow.
Rolling dream. What a way to ride, oh, what a way to go. Say to I can see ya. Say the night can pay. Turn mesh I can see ya. Say the alarm or something. Cherries I can see ya. Tiddle-up, tiddle-up, tiddle-up. Cherries I can see ya. Tiddle-up, tiddle-up, tiddle-up.
Thank you. Thank you. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back in about 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's the history of mankind right there. And you look over any history from Africa through Europe, Asia, everywhere, a diaspora of people frequently doesn't come voluntarily. Sometimes it does, but generally it's because one group conquers another group and then transplants them, moves them, whatever happens. But it's an interesting thing. It's kind of like I analogize it to, you know how like birds will go into certain, when they're migrating, they'll go into certain forests or whatever, and then they'll take seeds out of trees and go, and then they'll wind up dropping them elsewhere, and those seeds are planted over there. And ethics and morals obviously play a big part into, what is right? How should people treat one another? But that people get transplanted and then those people wind up elsewhere, but they wind up here and there. And in any case, and then there's sort of like this melting pot, if you will, of cultures. But when it comes to treaties being signed, as he said in the beginning, and I couldn't make out all the lyrics and all this stuff, but I think he referred to it as a gypsy tailwind, and they were forced off. That's a sense that I got from this, and you can't help but have compassion. And I think he said that they were moved in chains or something, and I think about that, and I'm like, I wouldn't survive that. I don't think. I mean, but then again, people did. And you just keep finding a reason to go, but getting your spirit broken would suck. You got to find a way to maintain that sense of yourself. And I don't know, when I look at what humanity does to one another, I marvel. And there's extraordinary kindness and generosity and all that is shown too. So I don't lose sight of that. I'm not one who just looks at the negative side at all, but I mean, I don't want to overlook the brutality of what people do to one another and what certain peoples have done to them and what people will do to one another. But I'm not going to rate this song. This is in honor of the Acadian people, Brady. But, fascinating choice. And I like listening to songs like, Johnny Horton songs are history lessons. Johnny Cash songs, too. Some of them are history lessons. And it at least can encourage you to go look up the details to see if the details in songs are correct, but then you get further educated on that. So I'm going to leave this one be. The band is just the band. I'll call it Americana, but it's also Canadiana. And so we'll leave it there. So, Brady, thank you for that request. And really, it was just another bit of information to have up there about how the way the world has worked, certainly in North America. So there you go. All right, guys, have a great day. See you on another video. Try to be kind to folks as much as you can and keep rocking the country.